The euro versus US dollar, pound versus US dollar, and dollar versus yen are all trading within around minus 0.10% from the closing level from yesterday. It's not a lot, but what it means is that going forward in today's trading, either we're going to have a really quiet Friday, or we're going to see some room to roam either to the upside or downside in this currency pairs. That requires you to know the key levels in play, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So let's get started. Looking at the hourly chart of the euro versus US dollar, a key level on the downside would be this swing area through here. It goes back in time, but I'm going to outline the more recent levels in play. We did find early buyers here against level push to the higher, pushed higher, and in trading yesterday, the price came within this swing area and found support buyers pushed up to the low price that we saw in trading on Wednesday. Right here in the early Asian session and rotate to the downside where we stall right near the high, right near the 61.8% retracement. That's how the move down, going all the way back to September. Go back here. Believe me, to the low price that we saw in the month of January. Again, that's back here. But the 61.8% retracement, this swing area between 1.0804 and 1.0817 is going to be the key level on the downside. That if we do break below and extend the range to the downside, I would expect further momentum. Perhaps that could, if we have, sort of a normal day, we could even look to test the 200-day moving average. That might be a stretch, but that level comes in at 1.07294. Conversely, holding support here, well, we could, the level that I'm going to be watching for a breakout and potentially more momentum is right here. And that was a high price today. It also was a low price on Wednesday's trade. So it makes sense from a technical perspective that if we do break above 1.08594, or let's say 60, that we could see further roaming up to the 100 and 200 hour moving average, and the markets will have a decision to make at that level. So there are some key break points for this currency pair. If you'd like to buy, you want to buy against 61.8% retracement in this area right here. If you want to sell, you want to sell against this level right here and hope that we ultimately break outside of this very narrow trading range in the euro versus US dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen next. And this currency pair, what it did in early Asian trading today was a fine support against the 200-hour moving average. Now, looking at yesterday's trade, we did fall below that 200-hour moving average, tried to stay below it through here, but then moved above it, came back down, tested here, moved a few pips below it before rotating to the upside in the Asian session. Once again, we came down to test that 200-hour moving average, found support buyers, so the buyers are trying to make a play, and they did, and they pushed the price higher, and we got above the 100-hour moving average and extended into sort of nowhere land right here. There's resistance up here, there's support maybe down, well down here against the 100-hour moving average, and this high, this high price rate going back in time to last week's trade, and it was last week's high, as a matter of fact. So it kind of makes sense. And then, but the momentum could not be sustained, and we started to rotate back down, moving below those levels. This high, this 100-hour moving average. So now we're down below. So we have the range, which is fairly narrow, but we're within the 100 and 200-hour moving averages. Break below the 200-hour moving average in this swing area down here, we could see further momentum. After all, we did hold the 200-hour moving average not once but twice, for the most part. On the top side, if we move back by the 100-hour moving average after falling below it in the current hourly bar, we could see more rotation to the upside. So that's how I play it, and then look for a break at the top to extend up toward this potentially this swing area up through here over time. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. And this currency pair, fairly really narrow trading range, I guess, this week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had our low on Monday here right near the 61.8% retracement. Again, that goes back to September of 2024 to the low price that we saw in 2025 in January. So holding that level right through here and rotating to the upside. We tried to stay above the 100, started to stay above the 100, had other little moves below it through here. And trading yesterday, we finally broke below that level. And what did we do? We found willing sellers against the 100-hour moving average here. Closed the day within both the 100 and 200-hour moving averages. Market tried to figure out which way it wanted to go. Well, it decided to go to the downside, so we are lower in trading here today, but only down by about minus 0.17% currently at the moment. And where do we go? We went right back down to the 61.8% retracement, back down to the low prices that we saw on Monday's trade. found support buyers. So if we're going to go lower, we need to get and stabilize 61.8% retrace and get below the low of this swing area through here, and that opens up the door for further downside through here. That would, on the top side, what sellers don't want to see is a move back above the 200 and 100-hour moving average. If we do see that, then the potential exists for a rotation back to the upside, getting above the highs for this week, which have been inching higher and higher and higher, but really not going anywhere on the breaks of the previous high. So be aware of that as well, that dynamic, that there does seem to be some limit to the upside. But, sometimes those limits are broken and we see further momentum in the direction of the break. So be aware of that, especially in a low range trading day that we're seeing in trading here today. So there you have it. Look at the three of the major currency pairs with the technical levels in play for this Friday. TGIF, my name is Greg Michaelowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.